Well, this is probably going to be controversial because nostalgia is a hell of a drug. So yeah, Hugh Jackman was asked whether or not the Fox X-Men films are better than the MCU counterparts. His simple answer was no. And people are upset saying he's wrong. Again, let's just look past nostalgia, guys. Let's just look past nostalgia. And before I'm called a goddamn fanboy again over hating Fox, this is an exact mold that was worn in the goddamn film that I had to pay through the roof to get. Only 200 of these exist. So no, take that argument out of here, you moron. I also got the other one, because of course I do. I also own 9 copies of First Class. Man, I hate those movies, I know. Okay, so ranting aside, I think most of you know how I feel about the Fox X-Men films. There's a handful of them I really love and I think are genuinely great films. Of course, First Class being my favorite comic book film of all time. I think Deadpool 1 is an absolute masterpiece. I think Deadpool and Wolverine is great, even though it's a Disney film, but still using those same characters. Again, I think X-Men 2, absolutely, amazing film. They have so many highs that you can't overlook it, and you can't discredit Fox and what they did and how the combo of X-Men, Spider-Man, and Blade literally saved Marvel from going under. But at the same time, people love to toss on nostalgia glasses and just pretend like everything was perfect. Black leather suits? No, those were perfect. You can never have yellow suit Wolverine. That's going to look stupid. Nope, them screwing up costumes for literally 15 years? Nope, that's acceptable. That's fine, right? People will just look over it, no criticism, and the older they get, the more nostalgic they feel. Trust me, I have nostalgia for these films as well. So don't many people. But as we recently saw, Hugh Jackman, during the rounds of interviews post-Deadpool and Wolverine, was asked whether or not he thinks and believes that the X-Men franchise that Fox did is better than what the MCU has done, and his simple answer was no. He doesn't. He thinks Marvel Studios have done it better. Now, you can agree with him or disagree with him, but if you just look at the real-world approach, what Marvel Studios films have been received as bad as some of the worst Fox offerings? And what films made the most at box office? What films have the highest ratings and all that? Marvel Studios wins pretty much across the board. It sweeps them, right? But again, he's also talking about this in terms of how he felt about these films as well. Where he said, at one point, he was just like, oh, they're going to offer me money. Fine, I guess I'm returning for another role as Wolverine. You know, he did it for X-Men Origins. He's expressed some of the awful feelings he's had about that film, along with many other cast members. And again, there's tons that goes into this. And he's somebody that always wanted to wear the suit, but they wouldn't let him. And he's talked about that. And the closest they got to it was in The Wolverine, and then it ended up being deleted. And he even talked about that, being like, yep, they had to delete the scene of the suit because Fox wasn't going to allow it. So, of course, he appreciates the universe that embraced comic books more instead of the universe that, for a long time, literally tried to pretend like they didn't exist.